Okay, so I'm really late to the punch on this one. What is Dorohedoro? Well, it's that anime that aired a little while ago, remember? People talked about it for a second, and then when the next season rolled around, they just tossed it out like every other god-awful show that airs nowadays. But not me. Here at Seymour Manga, we only talk about the oldest, most irrelevant manga and anime, to expose these forgotten classics. Also because I don't actually read a lot as is, so when I actually finish a series, it's already way past its relevancy date. Despite all this, I have yet to see anyone describe comprehensively what it is that makes Dorohedoro so special. After all, with a rating this high, there's gotta be something about the series that resonates with so many. Maybe I should stop using mouse statistics to support my arguments. Within high-rated manga and anime, there are a few categories. You have the good all-around story category, the cute, popular garbage, and to complete the trifecta, there's also the who the fuck even reads these high ratings. But I can confirm that Dorohedoro is among the good all-around story category group. I don't know about you guys, but I'm not reading manga for any weird, insidious, incestuous, or nefarious purposes. Guys, can we please go one season without me having to explain myself to my mother? I don't spend my time researching and collecting stories generally written for teens on the other side of the world because, damn girl, you cute. No, that's pathetic. I've socially ousted myself as a fan of manga because I think it's one of the most unique sources of storytelling. Where else are you going to read such creative and groundbreaking works like being reborn as a vending machine? There's no joke here. Seriously, where else? What other time period? What twisted mind? Someone tell me why I was born! What I am saying is that there are thousands of stories that are one's personal expression of art. And hey, if you happen to like this garbage, good for you. You've managed to find something that is wholly unique to your weird tastes. Unfortunately for you, it's just not my taste. Instead, my interests for unique stories lie elsewhere. Oh no. No, I broke our ashtray.
Oh no.
Get the fuck out of here. In a medium already established to be unique, Dorohedoro amplifies these claims. It's a story that feels unique from the ground up. Everything from the plot, the world, the characters all feel fresh and distinct. It doesn't ever feel like the story beats or characters are inspired by anything else in the medium. And I'm not saying being inspired by other stories is a negative. Hunter x Hunter is a shonen battle series, an already established formula. Despite this, it still manages to stand out on its own and be praised for its unique use of a homosexual main duo. Well, that's not the reason? Oh, okay. Alright, yeah. Because of its risky and distinct approach to the shonen battle series story formulas. Dorohedoro, however, has no genre blueprint to go off of, except for the amnesiac hero trope, but I haven't found this trope in manga a lot, so I'll let it pass. A character named Kaiman is looking for the sorcerer who transformed his head into that of a lizard's. There are two worlds, one filled with sorcerers with unique spells and abilities, and another filled with humans with no abilities or powers, who are constantly preyed upon and used as target practice by sorcerers who can jump between the worlds. And in Kaiman's case, he does not know who transformed his head, or even who he is. He woke up with that head, amnesia, and a creepy kind of ghost guy that haunts his mouth. And so, with no predictable formula to go off of, it's incredibly hard to not want to find out about the world, this scenario, and the overall mystery that lurks within. Did you notice how I never addressed Kaiman as the main character? This is because, yes, although the story begins with him and the premise and inciting incident both focus around him, Dorohedoro has a plethora of other characters that are equally explored and focused in on. Tons of chapters can go by where Kaiman isn't even talked about or present. Each character has something to contribute to the overall narrative and the outcome of the story. Not only that, but they are all unique and enticing in their own way. Fujita is a character that is introduced within the first few pages as just another sorcerer who is in the way of Kaiman. But you soon notice a pattern. Fujita is appearing way more often than you may have initially thought he would have. Soon enough, you are following him in his daily life. You see his work, his goals, and eventually, Fujita's actions have a huge effect on the outcome of the plot. In the story, Fujita is not just another antagonist to get in the way of Kaiman. Fujita began the story as just another run-of-the-mill sorcerer, but by the end, he's probably one of my favorite characters. In Dorohedoro, it's fair to say that there is no main antagonist, there is no main protagonist, there is not even a blatantly obvious good or evil side. Both sides of the story do an equal share of both devious and despicable acts, yet show compassion for friends and family, to the point of making me root for characters that tend to be portrayed as villains in the narrative. This might be a good time to segue into one of my favorite parts of Dorohedoro, the villain group. Yeah, I'm gonna keep using this transition because it's that good, alright? Get off my back about it. Let's all take a moment and remember why people like the villain groups that they like. The Akatsuki are powerful and cool as heck. There is also a weird power dynamic within the group, so much so that you don't even realize who the group's true leader was until, well, they're the last one left. The God Hand is a direct antagonistic force to that of Guts. They are everything that Guts does not believe in, on top of which Guts has a direct personal link to them. The Phantom Troop are human as heck. They mourn the loss of their comrades, play cards with each other, joke around, and at the end of the day, are just a bunch of strong, like-minded friends. Now take all these reasons to love these groups and more, and then apply them to En's family. And unlike other examples, En's family isn't just around to be a momentary opposition to Kaiman. They are around for the entirety of Dorohedoro because, well, they are also the story of Dorohedoro. And it doesn't even stop there. Another quote-unquote villain group is introduced later in the story, and they are just as fun to follow along with. On top of this, they are also integral to the story's mystery and plot as anyone else. Two sick villain groups for the price of one. God damn it, I love Dorohedoro. So I've laid down Dorohedoro as this big mystery story. Well, is it a good mystery? Yes, it is. It's a freaking heckin' good mystery, dog. Surprisingly missing mystery as a genre tag, Dorohedoro is one of the best mystery manga out there. Seriously. Answers to questions are not only satisfying, but lead to more intriguing questions that you will want answered because of how they affect the characters and your outlook on the world. And ironically, like this sentence, nothing ever feels contrived or shoved in. Give Dorohedoro's early chapters a reread after learning a bit, and it's clear to see that the path is already paved to important reveals that happen later in the story. Everything in the story comes back around and happens for a reason. Even the title may or may not be a clue, I don't know, you'll just have to read it and find out. Don't Google what the title means, by the way, seriously, don't do that. It's this giant web of mysteries, and it's fantastic. Every character has their own opinions and knowledge as to what is happening, but at the end of the day, they are just a tiny piece of the larger puzzle. But fitting the characters and their knowledge together finally completes this fantastic puzzle called Dorohedoro. And so why I believe Dorohedoro holds a place in so many manga readers' hearts, including mine, is because it is unlike something we have ever read before. It's unique. From the characters and their interactions to the worlds and their wacky rules and traditions. Even the art is solely its own, with a gritty style and flair that fits the story oh so well. Dorohedoro will make you laugh, wonder, and most of all feel, all along this crazy journey. And that's what Dorohedoro is all about. And in light of this, I want to end off with something so unique it's never happened before. Oh my god, yeah. Oh.